Welcome to Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. Here's your host, Stacy Jones.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. I'm Stacy Jones, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of my own personal favorite holiday product placements from over the years. And here's the thing, for any naysayers out there, of you listeners who question if product placement works, what I'm going to chat about is going to make you a believer, at least a Christmas season believer, of some marketing magic at work. The holiday season is a time for family, gift giving, and cuddling up next to the fire to watch your favorite holiday movie. Because we watch these movies year after year, over and over again, the brands we see in them become an iconic reminder of the movie, and work as well to keep the brand in front of our minds even as we Christmas shop. Product placements have actually been a crucial part to some of your favorite holiday classics, whether you noticed or not. And in fact, with the best ones, you might not even have caught them at first, but they resonate. And I bet you'll remember them. At number 5 is Tom Hanks' 1988 massive cult classic, Big. The brands, The Walking Piano by Remo Soraceni and FAO Schwartz. Okay, so Big may not technically be a holiday movie, but it does take place in New York City during Christmas time, and the plot does revolve around toys, a lot of toys. So it came in for us at number 5 on our list. Who could possibly forget the piano scene where Tom Hanks and Robert Logia's character play chopsticks on the walking piano? And what makes it even better is even after all of the long years since the movie came out, and FAO Schwartz actually went out of business in 2015, this holiday season, the store has found a new home in New York and reopened, complete with the iconic walking piano that Tom Hanks made so famous. In fact, the scene is so famous that it's been duplicated by celebrities like Nick Jonas, who took a turn to play his hit song Jealous on the piano, and included in movies, most recently in The Night Before. In that holiday movie, Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt play a Kanye West tune on the iconic ivory keys as they prance across FAO Schwartz. And here's the thing, not only is the piano iconic, but so is the very fact that's being played in FAO Schwartz. Many tourists have made sure to add FAO Schwartz to their travel plans in New York City to experience that holiday magic for themselves. And it became a staple of the New York City experience, and in many parts, just because of the movie Big. Now that's some product placement at work. At number 4 is my husband's own very favorite film, and we never miss rewatching it each and every year. That movie? The 1946 It's a Wonderful Life. And the brand? Why, that would be National Geographic. It's a Wonderful Life is perhaps one of the most popular Christmas movies of all time, and it has been cherished by so many generations. It's a heartwarming story, a family favorite, and a tradition for many families, besides mine, each holiday season. In one of his early memories, George is working at Mr. Gower's drugstore when he talks to a young Mary. This is where National Geographic makes its cameo role, as George tells Mary about the magazine when she explains she's never heard of it. He says, "Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it. I've been nominated for a membership in the National Geographic Society." Not only does the magazine receive some fantastic screen time, but George calls it out by name, and it became a true brand integration into the storyline, as well as the backbone to a story of a life-missing adventure. And with the significant amount of airtime this movie gets around holiday season, it's certainly impossible to miss. At number 3 is a film that I worked on for product placement and promotional partnerships back in 2003. And in fact, I still have a little toy takeaway that the production team gifted me that I pull out every year. It's one of my favorite holiday films I've worked on, and it is, wait for it, Will Ferrell's Elf. Some of those brands that still get an awesome product placement plug every year include Hershey's Syrup, Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, and Coca-Cola. And these brands are loving the fact that they were featured as product placements in the film, which keeps gifting them with exposure around the world year after year. In the movie, Buddy the Elf just wants to eat sweets and hang out with his dad, but the shenanigans he gets into cause trouble for everyone involved. So many brands are abundant in this movie as Will Ferrell runs around New York City taking in all the sounds and sights of the holiday season. However, some of the most memorable placement in that movie are the sweet foods Buddy loves, oftentimes mixed together in some really strange combinations. From chugging a bottle of Coca-Cola to eating Pop-Tarts and pouring Hershey's chocolate into his mouth, Buddy has an insatiable sweet tooth, and even makes the audience hungry for treats as they watch. The movie coming in second as a holiday favorite movie with product placement, and that has come to mind with giving brands some extra holiday love, is a 1990 franchise starter of a hit, Macaulay Culkin's Home Alone. This is one that is an over-the-top win for several brands, including Budget and Pepsi. This is a pretty cool case study that we came across. Budget was losing out to other big truck rental companies when it agreed to be part of Home Alone, and one of their branded trucks plays a really essential role in the film. When Kevin's mother realizes she's left him home alone, she must rush back to make sure he's okay. And we all know he's handled himself quite well in her absence. When she can't get a ride out of the Scranton airport, she hitches a ride with a polka band and their lively leader. And what do they make the trek back to Chicago in? A Budget truck, of course. Reportedly, after the movie came out, Budget saw a 16% rise in sales. 16% from a movie placement. That's fantastic. Another brand that shared the spotlight with Macaulay Culkin was Pepsi. Kevin's younger cousin, Fuller, has an affinity for the sugary beverage and is often seen sipping it. In fact, his love of the drink spurs his mother to say a line that has lived on beyond the film in everything from t-shirts to internet pictures. That line? Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi. And then that brings us to the #1 holiday film with some product placement you are sure to remember. 1983's A Christmas Story. And the brand? Well, for me, there are two that come to mind instantly. The first, the Radio Flyer Red Wagon, something I had myself as a child, and the official Red Ryder Carbon Action 200-shot range model air rifle, the must-have for many a child in days long past. How would this list be complete without A Christmas Story? The entire plot revolves around the fact that Ralphie wants this very particular air gun for Christmas, and everyone keeps telling him that if he gets one, he'll shoot his own eye out. The funny thing is, when Ralphie finally gets the shotgun he wants, he actually does misfire his gun, which ricochets into his glasses. Thankfully, the bullet only shatters the lens in his glasses and he turns out okay. At the end of the film, we are left with an image of Ralphie lying in bed with his beloved Red Ryder shotgun at the end of Christmas Day. In my opinion, it probably doesn't get that much better. I mean, you have an entire film wrapped around a product. One that maybe wouldn't be what you get your kids today, but it is certainly memorable. And the Radio Flyer, you saw it in the store window, and you saw it being used in the film as well. Product placement works year-round. And in entertainment content, it has truly lasting value. No matter the season, TV shows air, then repeat, eventually going into syndication, to continue replaying for years to come. Even internationally. I can't tell you how many times I've seen episodes of Seinfeld with various brands I partnered the show with. And feature films not only have their original theatrical debut, but then also the home entertainment window, then streaming, cable, and eventually TV movie nights, airing around the world for potentially decades to come. And all of those product placements I've mentioned cost less than one single 30-second ad spot in prime time. Seriously, in each of the cases I mentioned, those brands were partnered with the content not in exchange for dollars, but through product placement agency relationships or because the brand just helped make the content better and more real. These are brands that made themselves known to Hollywood. That's the magic sauce. Product placement is the gift that keeps on giving, and incorporating your brand with a movie could build your brand image time and time again for years to come. If you've ever wondered how a comprehensive product placement program works, or if you want to know how to create a promotional partnership strategy with a movie partner, then make sure you visit our website's content library and download our Product Placement and Promotions 101 ebook, which will help you learn how to implement this marketing practice for your brand. Also, make sure you listen to my podcast, 4 Common Myths About Product Placement, where I chat about the realities of this fantastic marketing practice and how to make it work for your brand. You can also visit our influencer marketing school at learn.hollywoodbranded.com, where our classes provide you and your team actionable insight to help you create the best marketing partnerships. And also make sure you stop by hollywoodbranded.com for more tips. Check out our library, which has infographics, white papers, ebooks, and videos, or our blog.hollywoodbranded.com, which has hundreds of helpful hints on how to make brands, influencer, and entertainment content partnerships a success from the get-go. That's it for this episode. I hope it was helpful, and please let me know if you have any feedback. I'll see you next week. And as always, if you need a little or a lot of help, my agency, Hollywood Branded, is here to lend a hand. If you would leave a review or any questions I can address in the future, I'd really appreciate it, as your feedback helps me know my advice is valuable and interesting to you. Have a happy holiday season.